It is late 2008. Elon Musk wakes up screaming, like actual physical pain. He's going through brutal divorce. Tesla is completely out of money.
Yeah, and SpaceX just failed its third rocket launch, 3 in a row.
So he has this choice: split his last funds between the two companies and, probably lose both, or save one and let the other die.
Right. And the stakes weren't just financial. He was humiliated. I mean, he was
Borrowing money for rent.
exactly borrowing rent money from friends. He bet his entire fortune on these dreams, and the whole world is watching him collapse.
Most people would just fold under that pressure, but he's been conditioned for this stress since he was a kid in Pretoria.
Yeah, that origin story is wild. It's really about survival. He was severely bullied at school, but
Home was arguably worse.
far worse, his father was harsh, very verbally abusive. So he learned early on how to just detach and endure pain.
Which explains the coding. At 12 years old, he codes and sells a game called Blastar.
It wasn't just a hobby, though.
No, it was leverage, a way to create value without asking anyone for permission.
His escape route.
Right, and that escape route took him to Canada at 17. He shows up with almost nothing,
Doing grueling manual labor, cleaning boilers.
working on a farm.
Yeah. And eventually he makes it to Silicon Valley. The intensity just never drops. At his first company, Zip2, he literally sleeps on the office floor.
Showering at the YMCA.
Well,
And the effort pays off. He sells Zip2, then PayPal, walks away with $180 million.
but here's the crucial detail for this deep dive. In both companies, he was pushed out as CEO.
He had the money but lost control.
Exactly. And that wound drives him. He swore he would never let that happen again. So with the PayPal money, he decides to go for something impossible.
Going to Russia to buy rockets,
To send a plant to Mars.
which is an insane sentence to say out loud.
Totally insane. And the Russians laughed him out of the room. They thought he was a naive amateur with a checkbook.
But that rejection sparks SpaceX. On the flight home, he pulls up a spreadsheet.
Looking at the basic physics.
He realizes the raw materials, the aluminum, the titanium, they only make up like 2 to 3% of a rocket's price.
Right. So he boils the problem down to the basic truths. The cost wasn't the metal, it was the bloated way everyone else built rockets.
So he figures, I'll just buy the metal and build them myself.
A brilliant idea, but it leads right back to that 2008 nightmare.
Because he poured everything into that theory, the first 3 launches blow up.
And it comes down to launch number 4. If it doesn't reach orbit, SpaceX is dead.
But it works.
It works. And days later, on Christmas Eve, Tesla gets funding just hours before bankruptcy.
Risked everything and survived.
But he doesn't stop. He doubles down.
Look at Starship today. Giant rockets exploding into fireballs. Most CEOs would panic.
He sees it as data. He'll look foolish and burn cash now to get the physics right later.
Same thing with buying Twitter, now X, firing thousands, sleeping in the office again.
It proves he is addicted to the challenge. He needs those life or death states to stay engaged.
So the takeaway for you listening isn't to go build rockets.
No, it's about resilience. He succeeds because he can endure the pain of failure longer than anyone else.
And that leaves you with a hard question.
What risk would you take if you weren't afraid to look foolish and fail?
Yeah, and even deeper than that, if everything you have right now was gone tomorrow, would you have the courage to just start over from scratch?